Hello, and welcome back to Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts. It is June 1946, and we are fighting both the Austrians and the Americans. The Austrians, they haven't really changed their navy too much since our last war. They've got a lot of heavy cruisers. Many of them seem to be the Kloster Neuburg class, which we know from before. They're quite capable when faced with our own heavy cruisers, but yeah, they do die to our battleships, which is to be expected. And we do have battleships and battlecruisers in the Mediterranean, so it shouldn't be too much of a problem. In fact, let me send out the König Wilhelm group to maybe counter this squadron of 14 heavy cruisers. I mean, they're old, but they've been refit. They should work. Meanwhile, on the American front, yeah, we have the Preussen being repaired for 7 months. It had an encounter with a couple of American heavy cruisers and some DDs, and partially because the weather was bad, and partly because the Americans just have much better radar than the Preussen. It got outspotted. It could not fire upon the enemy without being fired upon itself. So it couldn't exploit the a little bit superior range of the 12-inch guns, which they don't even have that much better range than the 8-inch guns on the Americans, but it couldn't exploit that advantage because, well, it couldn't spot the enemy from that distance. So it took a lot of damage. Ended up losing some DDs, but those were, I think all of them were Mexican. So, not my ships, not my problem. Let's see, finances. Yeah, we got some leftover capacity. How many of those Preußen class cruisers do we have in service? We got the Ostpreußen and the Wuppertal. Should we give those a refit? I think we're gonna do a quick refit design of the Preußen class, because they are in service, and just refitting currently serving ships, it's gonna be much faster than building new ones. So here it is today. It's on an obsolete hull. It's yeah, it's supposed to be a cruiser killer, but it almost got killed by cruisers, so it will need some help with that task. Let's do a refit. Okay, everything fits, so I don't have to move anything around. And these are now marked 5s with better range of fire, better accuracy. Give it oil 3 with modern 1. I'm gonna see if I can keep it at a 3-month refit. Generation 3 radar. That puts the spotting range at 30,000. It was generation 1. That's an increase in 6,000 meters. Let's also give it auto reloading 2. Replace the high capacity with soft capped. I can stick to I can keep the ammo it currently has. 2 powder 3 gives me less range than 2 powder 1. Does give me more accuracy and penetration though. So that's a 31.5 kilometer range. Accuracy at 25,000 is 1.2%. Still 1.2%. So it does offset. Still looking at a 3-month refit. If I increase the gun length a little bit, they're now 46s. '50s. Yeah, we now gain some range and gain some more accuracy compared to what it had. Anything else we can do to this ship while keeping it at a 3-month refit? Give it more bulkheads, and it's still only 3 months. Can we give it armor? We can give it armor. Yeah, like that. Suddenly, it does seem a lot more useful. And it's still only a 3-month refit. So, let's go through that. Refitting 2 of those, that's gonna be 70,000 tons. Almost. The third one is in for repair for 7 months. I think it might get scrapped. Because I am getting new cruisers into the Caribbean. Because I'm moving ships into that area. So yeah, we're doing this. We're refitting the 2 ones that are not damaged. One of them being stationed in the Mediterranean, the other one in Asia. And we had not quite 70,000 tons of leftover capacity, but if we scrap the one being repaired, like so, that puts us back under the limit. Let's see, 16 months on those 2. Parzival, 22 months. So yeah, those are gonna come in time before the campaign ends, but they're not gonna have a very long service career, obviously, because the campaign ends January 1950. That's still at 100%. That's nice. Even with only one of these task forces actually being present. So the other ones are free to move. And we're gonna get some stuff done up in Alaska, which is obviously you have to scroll to the other side of the map. Let's see what happens in July of 1946. United States just got modern armor too, which I don't think I'm gonna get before the campaign ends. But it's not like a huge deal. It is better than modern armor 1, but it's not well, the difference isn't that huge. Submarines, do not sink my ships. Thank you. And here we go. Here's the battle. That's the one I was after. That's the 14 heavy cruisers versus the König Wilhelm class. Most of them close to Neuburg. All of them. With a couple of DDs. Let's see how these old battlecruisers do. Do these have Mark 5 or 4 14-inch guns? I do not remember. Guess we're about to find out. Mark 4. They got Generation 2 radar on their last refit. DDs? Not sure if I have anything particularly useful for them to do. Well, they can bait torpedo launches. So that's just a thing that happens sometimes. The weather effects for spotting are apparently not really applied to the battle until like after a couple of seconds. So sometimes you spot the enemy right off the bat, even though you should not be able to, because view range reductions with the weather. Yeah, we are scoring hits. Which is good. There's a DD. There's a DD. I'm gonna have the cruisers target those. And they are chasing me. If they do get too close, I'm thinking I might scare them away with a couple of torpedo volleys. Which may or may not actually hit anything, but it's not always needed. So the DD's smoked up. That's a lot of firepower coming in. Torpedoes heading out. I don't think the 27s have range. Okay, my smoke ran out. That's not ideal. See, this is one of those annoyances. If one ship, in my opinion, if one ship takes damage to the point that it has to leave its position in the formation, it should just leave the formation and the rest of the formation should continue on its existing course at their full speed, instead of like doing this stupid loop thing, which is now just gonna end up getting this DD killed. Because it can actually hide in the smoke, which it seems like it can. It didn't actually take that much damage, so repair is probably just gonna be 1 month. It's just the flooding that's made it unable to continue in this battle. They're actually pursuing my DD. But the other two laid a smoke screen to cover it. Yeah, even with radar 2, the spotting range on these not that amazing, because their base tower spotting is not that amazing. We're spotting them at only 17.2 kilometers. Yeah, they're really determined to get that specific DD. That smoke came online just at the right moment. And now the smoke ran out and it's visible again to the enemy. So it will probably die. Yeah, there it goes. If I had just been quicker at manually detaching it from the formation and just having it continue on with its course away from the enemy before it started doing the little loop around thing, it would probably have gotten away. Can you, cruisers, please stop wasting your AT shells? You're gonna save those for the DDs. Trying to target the cruiser that is behind other cruisers. So I can get a couple of those free hits. let's just watch the show for a little bit. Maybe in real time. Looks better. There we go. That was the fireworks I was after. Firing at 19 kilometers. And we've scored some pretty juicy hits. There we go, the guns are finding their mark. One heavy cruiser down. So far traded one heavy cruiser for one DD. Not bad. Although the loss of that DD was probably not needed. We'll see how many more we can sink before running out of ammo, basically. Because right now the enemy is pretty much because they have some bad damaged ships in the formation that are not really moving at their full speed. That is slowing down the formation. No further sight of the enemy DDs. They are firing back now. This one is gonna sink. Pretty sure. Pretty soon. Elachte sank. As expected. Yeah, targeting the one in the middle. That seems like a good idea. They are so close. Yeah, no wonder we're scoring free hits that way. Cruisers can target the Osmingod. Battlecruisers can just keep pounding this very tight blob of enemy ships. So far sunk 2 heavy cruisers that I know of. Unless a couple more sank when I was just watching the cinematics. Ooh. Like, even if they miss their target, they're gonna hit something. They're going dark. And my battlecruisers are out of AP. So we're on to HE now. Firing at 17 kilometers. Might get some extensive fires. And of course the Mercat class, also armed with 14-inch guns, would be much better at this. Because they got the Mark 5s, they're better tower spotting, better basic accuracy, and hull stability and all that. And of course a lot faster. But the König Wilhelms, they still kind of work. So in previous campaigns I would have just kept old ships around out of, well, nostalgia. But currently, with my shipbuilding capacity having been butchered by patch... I forget the patch name. The patch number, I think it was 1.3.9.6. That did it. Just building new ships to replace the old ones? Not really an option. Well, it is, but that's a very, very long-term project. Can we just sink this guy? We're gonna see if we can sink that guy and then end the battle. Quite the long one. We've got a torpedo detonation. And when its structural integrity is down this low, it should start taking a lot more flooding damage. Like so. But it might die of structure before flooding. No, it's gonna flood. It flooded. So yeah. End it there. Victory. Only sunk 3 ships. But I severely damaged another 3. So, yeah, taking a little bite out of the Austrian cruiser force. Now let's see, there were more battles this turn. I'm pretty sure some of them were with the Americans. Yeah, here we go. Cruiser force. These are my battlecruisers. 2 star, 2 Derfflinger, a couple of heavy cruisers, and a DD. Weren't this group supposed to reinforce my super battleships? Or no? These are moving in from somewhere else. Okay, no. It's fine. Indiana class battleship. 43,000 tons. 263 million. It's actually cheaper than their Black Hawk class heavy cruiser. That is very slow for what I imagine is a modern battleship. That's probably why it's so cheap. A Reliance class battlecruiser. That is quite a bit more expensive. It's a lot faster. 12.1-inch guns. And a whole bunch of light cruisers. The Atlanta class we've seen before. Very frightening close-range firepower. But it's close-range firepower. Columbus class. That's... I thought the Black Hawk class was expensive, but 370 million for a heavy cruiser. That is quite something. Compared to that to my 130 million Cormoran class. But of course, being expensive does not automatically mean it's very good. The enemy is spotted. I'm lucky the weather is good. And we're taking return fire. Accurate fire too. It is their torpedoes I'm the most worried about. Now, one of the problems with these old battlecruisers is that, well, especially the Star class with their 16-inch guns, I cannot refit them and give them Mark 5s or even Mark 4s because those will not fit on that built-in barbette. Could do what I did to the Iserlohn class and give them 15-inch guns, but that would be a very lengthy refit. Although the total weight of all four of my Star class battlecruisers, it's not really that much. I'm looking at like 180,000 tons for all four of them. So I think I'm just gonna keep them as they are. With the Easterlons, I kind of had to do something because they needed a refit to get radar generation 2. And better reloading. But the Star class got those modifications through a refit just before I got the Mark IV 16-inch guns. We haven't identified any ships yet. I'm curious to look at those Indiana class battleships. If they've saved so much on speed, probably made up for it in other areas. I mean, 21 point something knots, that's even slower than my Hessen and Bayern class battleships. Which are Dreadnought type battleships, and I think with the AI being so eager to... Oh, we sunk something. I don't know what. Let's take a look. What did we sink? That's a light cruiser. Yeah, with the AI being so eager to scrap ships, seemingly the moment something on them is obsolete, I don't think they would keep Dreadnought type battleships around. Not with having overall more technology than I do. So it's probably some kind of modern battleship, just very slow. What do we have coming in here? Are these light cruisers? They are. That's what I want my heavy cruisers to focus on. This must be... They are Dreadnought type battleships. Some kind of modernized Dreadnought. Yeah, 15.6. With a I guess it's not a bad turret layout. And that must be the battlecruiser. That is a very good looking ship. I will have to say. Screenshot. I could have picked a better looking rare tower than the, I think it's supposed to be a Japanese tower. That is for some reason available to other nations. So that's... I think that's the Black Hawk class. And yeah, that's the whatever it was called class. Super expensive heavy cruiser. Just taking quite a bit of damage already. It is the focus of attention, it seems, for a lot of my ships. Let's just Königsberg. You've got 16-inch guns. You should focus on a battleship. Derfflinger. You can keep focusing that. Leipzig. You can focus on the other heavy cruiser. And Goeben. Maybe the battlecruiser. There we go. Targets are selected. These are the Atlanta class light cruisers. They shouldn't have that much armor. And my heavy cruisers should not have a problem penetrating them at this kind of range. They just need to hit. There we go, they hit. Now let's get rid of those light cruisers first and then go back to the previous targets. Of course, when I lost vision on them, I also lost targeting. You guys, AP, please, I need the flooding. There you go, one of them is really flooding now. And sinking. That is the Wichita. "18-kilometer torpedoes. And no torpedoes on you. That's the Atlanta class. So, heavy cruisers, keep focusing that ship. Okay, back to target selection here. 16-inch guns. Derfflinger 14-inch. Also 14-inch. Goeben battlecruiser. We're firing at 36 kilometers. That is kind of far away. Ooh, Leipzig. What hit you? 12.1-inch gun from the enemy battlecruiser. So that ship has some kind of range. It is now identified. Let's take a look at the Reliance. Mark IV, actually. 40-kilometer range on the 12-inch guns. Radar generation 2. Capitalistic 1. Capitalistic HE. Increased AP. Primary shells. Auto 2 reloading. Stereoscopic 5. It's got very long range torpedoes. No weight offset. Maximum bulkheads. Fast. Good armor. Krupp 5. I did not design this ship, but I almost could have. Because that is very decent. Now, the battleship many bulkheads. Dead slow. Okay, armor. Modern 1, stereoscopic 4, sonar 3, generation 1 radar. I think these are actually kind of old. Now they're being hidden by smoke from light cruisers. Yeah, it's mostly the Reliance firing upon my ships. And there is that light cruiser. My heavy cruisers are on it. And that's their super expensive heavy cruiser. Yeah, the AI are actually doing a very good job of shielding its ships with smoke from the light cruisers. Like, the AI in this game does a lot of stupid stuff, but actually here it's pretty good. Actually, all ships focus on Reliance. You're gonna fire AP. What happened to Leipzig? Did you... No, you're not to follow the heavy cruisers. You are in a... you're gonna follow the Goeben. You're gonna follow the Leipzig. This is all getting messed up. Oh, I hate this. If it had just kept going in the same direction, although at reduced speed, as an independent ship, not part of the division, that would have made things so much easier. Actually, Leipzig, you've taken too much attention. We sunk one of the heavy cruisers. I'm wondering if that was the really expensive one. Yeah, it was. Königsberg, Goeben. Focus on reliance. Yeah, American ships so far definitely a cut above. Can you just please focus on the ship you focused on before it got hidden in smoke? Reliance. There we go. Those are some solid hits. We've knocked out a gun, we've knocked out all of their guns, all of their ammo. So Königsberg and Goeben focus on one battleship each. The Reliance is not a big threat at the moment because it doesn't have any main guns left. You can actually choose your own ammo, if you please. There's the DD. It's a very long-range engagement, but kind of has to be because they have all of those super long range torpedoes. Which, well, I can dodge some torpedoes, but when practically all of their ships have so many torpedo tubes. That's a bit much. Yeah, Leipzig doing okay. Might not actually have needed to send her back. Like, the moment I start getting, finding my range, the target gets hidden in smoke, and I have to try over again. Ooh, that's one soon to be dead light cruiser. Yeah. Maybe not, because it went invisible. Youngstown might also sink. It's being bracketed by the Derfflinger. .11-inch main deck. Only Citadel 3? Yeah. Youngstown went down. Derfflinger, keep firing at light cruisers, because I need them dead. So they can stop obscuring my targets. Like that. That's some good hits from both the Derfflinger and the cruisers. She went and got herself hidden in the smoke again. Heavy cruisers almost out of AP. And the reason why they're firing AP instead of HE is HE just does not have the range. They get a couple more kilometers with AP. Actually, finish off the Detroit. And like, I know your target got obscured and you couldn't see it for a while, but can you just please remember what you were shooting at? And probably also the range, because the range has not changed that much since you last saw the target. See, no. That's your target. That's your target. And that can be your target. Like, lose vision for 1 second. And completely forget everything you were doing. Massachusetts is taking some damage. Nevada just took a pretty big hit with some flooding. What kind of ammo are you carrying? TNT 4, triple base, picric acid, 2 powder 3, triple base TNT 4. Probably not gonna see any impressive explosions of main gun magazines. Actually, finish off the Detroit. Don't like these torpedo cruisers being this close to my my line. Derfflinger, can I please just fire AP and pen this guy and sink it? Doesn't even have that much armor. It just needs one more good flooding hit and it's done. Yeah, having like my Bismarcks or something in this battle would have been a great help. There we go. Went down. There's a couple more, couple less smoke clouds. Little Rock, that's the what's it called? The pure gunfighter class, which has a little bit less armor. So I'm just counting on the Derfflinger being able to actually... No, she cannot penetrate it with HE. She could maybe take out that DD. My heavy cruisers are completely out of ammo. The 16-inch guns are starting to score some hits. Flash fires, oh yes. And I just told you we were not going to see any flash fires on these ships. But yeah, Triple Base does not have the anti-flash fire capabilities of tube powder. Got a little bit, but not that great. And TNT-4 does not have the anti-flash fire capabilities of, or properties rather, of TNT-2. Big hits on Nevada. Another floating hit on Massachusetts, and I think that might be the end of her. Maybe, unless she got it under control. Yeah, she got it under control. Time is running out. And I think we've gone over time on this episode. But it's kind of worth it when you have this it's kind of close in its own way. We're just gonna run out the time. See what we can do. Keep losing sight of the enemy. We're down to HE on the 16th. Derfflinger is completely out of ammo. Massachusetts. I want it sunk. And it's sinking. Now, New Haven is coming in with torpedoes. I want it sunk too. New Haven has launched torpedoes. We're turning away. So yeah, we did sink one battleship. Just at the end. Got her structural integrity low enough that it started taking very easy flooding damage. Even from HE shells. There we go. Yeah, soft capped HE. Which does have some penetration. Low fuel on Vicksburg. Why don't you target the one that is going slow and not protected by a smoke screen? Might be an easier target. Maybe not. I'll keep shooting at the New Haven. I shouldn't have switched targets. Well, it's over now anyway. There we go. Time ran out. Sunk 6 ships. Did I not sink one of their battleships? I thought I did. I'm pretty sure I sank one of their battleships. Okay. Or at least it looked like it was close to sinking, and then I lost vision on it. Let's see in the like campaign screen summary. Massachusetts heavy, Nevada medium. No. There must have been some other ship I sunk. I was pretty sure I sank that battleship. But, okay. Because I switched targets as soon as I was pretty sure it was sinking. Because I had very limited ammo left. But, okay. It's a victory. Austria running itself into mines. Italy doing the same. Yeah, I'm losing some transports. It's not really a big deal. Austria losing allies because they're losing battles. Yeah, I might take French Guiana. Alright. But that's the end of this episode. It's yeah, it's gone on a little bit longer than I try to keep my episodes at. But that last battle, and the one, and the first battle too, for that matter, kind of long. This will be done next turn. I'm launching a naval invasion of the Philippines now. Can I not launch a naval invasion of the Philippines? Philippine Sea. Why can I not launch a naval invasion this turn? I can launch one against Austria-Hungary, Croatia, 2.2 million tons. Okay, that is strange. If it's because I'm already invading them somewhere, then that's a new game mechanic that I'm not aware of. But it might have been patched in. But that is pretty strange, because there are a lot of places where I'm pretty sure I have the tonnage. Okay, you want to refight? We can try a refight. Got these guys out here too. So yeah, goodbye and take care.